well, Marcus. Best on ground. Congratulations. 30-odd disposals. You've been sitting in the grandstand or watching on TV for the last 5 weeks. You must have just been itching to get out there and to do what you did tonight.
Yeah, keen as. It was really probably challenging 5 weeks in the sense of watching and not being able to be out there, but I think it probably really showed up opportunities for other guys. Joel Freesia, Riley Sanders, both those guys have improved enormously and continue to sort of play well throughout the early parts of the season. So tough for me, but I think great opportunity for others.
How tough was it when Sam Darcy went down?
It was. You got to sort of put it out of your mind as much as you feel for the guy, and I'm not sure what the result is, but you do have to still win the game of football. So I think we'll pretty quickly able to sort of move on, adapt and work out, who else could be an influence down there. And as you look at it, we scored, a number of goals, number of points. We still were generating scores, and that's how you got to be. You got to be able to adapt. So we did it pretty well.
You dominated stoppages, even though you did start at centre half back, which was a little bit unusual. What was that down to? Was that structure or just execution?
Execution, definitely. We try to give it a different look every now and again. You saw we probably did it earlier and then didn't do it for a bit after that. So it's always probably about trying to keep the opposition on guard. Now, it probably didn't work for us straight away. They got on top early and we had to work our way back into the game, and it really just came back to contest, pressure and then work rate. So you've got to center your game around those things.
Gaz said in commentary maybe his favourite piece of play for the year was liver chasing Bradley Hill. You were right near it. What'd you make of it? It was a great race.
I can believe it. He normally can't move off a dime, Tom. So super impressive. That's him, heart and soul. Never give up the chase, and that probably sums him up. So the crowd loved it. I loved it. And he's 30-odd, but he can still run. So he might have maybe a 2-year deal now instead of a 1.
You can be his manager the way you're going. I just spoke to Aaron Norton. We loved his game, and clearly Sam Darcy goes down, which is not the way the Olds we want to get into the game with one going down. The other one was Sanders. We've been really impressed with his year. What are you seeing from him?
Yeah, just work rate. His tank's something that he's really worked on, and obviously covering the ground incredibly well, playing some inside stuff, a lot of outside stuff, finishing ability as well. And you love players who can do that. So he's just really adapted to different roles, and that's why he's having the influence he is now.
How'd you feel today, just physically? You sit out, and we spoke to Ross Lyon before the game. He said he wasn't quite sure the amount of work that you'd done. Yeah. Everyone knows you're very diligent, but then was the conversation between how much forward time did you play and how much midfield? Lungs, legs, how are you feeling?
Early I was probably blowing. I reckon I felt better in the second half, to be fair, just once I got used to the high intensity stuff that you just can't match in your loading while you're away. But I sort of was able to pick and choose almost. If I was cooked, I'd do a bit forward. If I was feeling good, I'd be up around the ball. So it's a bit of flexibility, which is probably normal for me anyway. But I feel pretty confident that I've come through and got some good miles in the legs.
You've had a good long weekend. You've also opened a cafe this weekend, Arthur's.
Yeah, it's been nice. A couple of days over the Easter weekend, and we'll start normal trading from Tuesday, but been awesome. I guess the 5-week calf gave me an opportunity to really dive into that and get it ready. So it's been a fun program so far, and I've loved it.
You're a professional. How many eggs?
A bunch, all right? I won't put a number on it. I think you prefer to leave some room, I guess, so we'll get after it tonight.
1 egg for every disposal. That equals 30. Well done, mate. Good job.
I'll take that. Thanks, mate.
Good
Cheers.
job.